Hello and welcome to Game Brigade. My name is Brian. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about campaign games, but more specifically, we're going to be talking about things to consider when starting a campaign game or thinking about beginning one. This video is inspired by a comment that I received on my last video that we did for our Keep or Sell series, where someone basically said, Brian, I don't know if you like campaign games as much as you think you do, and maybe that's true. I don't know, but it did inspire this video, so thank you for that. I'll have your comment. Hopefully, I was smart enough to remember to put your comment up here for the people. But effectively, campaign games. I've talked about this relatively a lot on the videos. They're very difficult to table for multiple reasons. And I think a lot of people love the idea of campaigns, but they're hard to actually get to the table. So I want to make sure I did a video for someone who is maybe new to the series or new to board gaming, or for someone who is thinking about starting to get into campaign games, things to consider before you start. Before we get to the video though, I wanted to make sure you guys know that we are going to be doing a special giveaway with details at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that if you're looking to get some free games. The first thing I want to make sure I hammer down, and I think it's one of the most important things to consider, are the mechanics or the gameplay loop of the game. So every single game here that we have has a different type of core mechanic that you're going to be doing. It's going to be the foundation of the enjoyment level of the game. Everyone has a different type of thing that they enjoy, and then you're going to be doing this for sometimes upwards to 200, 300, 400 hours. So you want to make sure that that's something that you're going to want to do. What is the progression like? What are the core mechanics going to be like? So before you purchase one of these games, which are huge, look into the gameplay mechanics. What do they do? Are you playing cards from your hand? Are they deck builders? Are they area control? Is it a boss battler? How does that work? And is it going to be playing well within your group specifically? So that's the first one I would make sure to take a look at, the mechanics and the gameplay loop. The next thing is kind of piggybacking on top of the mechanics and the gameplay loop option, is understanding the length of the game. I've made a video about this where I said that campaign games are getting outrageous because every game I was covering was over 200 hours of content. And that's a lot of gameplay. That's a ton of time. And when you think about that, when you actually break that down in terms of the amount of sessions you're going to be doing when you're playing these games, it can be sometimes upwards of a year of playing just this one game for your game night sessions. Is that something you want to do? Is that something you are willing to commit to? They're not always doable. And while it's almost like that adverb where your eyes are bigger than your stomach, sometimes we'll see something and you get the desire, and this is probably where the comment came from originally, talking to me, where you get the desire of playing this epic, cool story, but the reality is of getting this to the table and finishing it is difficult. And that takes me to my third point, which is temper your expectations for your player group. Many of these games generally, not always, generally though, require at least a partner to play with for the max enjoyment level of the game. Now you can solo some of these games, that is totally doable if that is your thing, so this point will not be really considered for that. But if you are playing with a player group, make sure you temper your expectations. Let's say you go in and you get your Chronicles of Drenagor game here, and you decide that you're going to buy everything. So you buy your Chronicles of Drenagor, we got more 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 Chronicles of Drenagor, we got all the Chronicles of Drenagor. And you're excited to play this game with your player group. But are they going to be as excited to play that game with you? See, they didn't drop $400 to purchase that game with you. And they might not be as excited after 15 or 20 hours of gameplay to continue this. And as an owner of the game, you need to understand that it's okay to sometimes get a quarter of the way through the campaign and be done with it. A lot of times I've seen that where your player group will just kind of naturally lose interest with the game because they've played it, they've gotten an idea of the mechanics, they've enjoyed the level up system, but there's sometimes not enough there to continue pulling them to it. They don't have that monetary investment like you do. So just temper your expectations, know that you might be able to jump into it, but you might not be able to play all of it. And that's the final point that I want to talk about. Not kind of the final point, but the final one is the content bloat. You saw how much I brought out for just the Age of Apocalypse. This is the newest expansion or the newest set for Chronicles of Drunagor. I don't know if I actually, yeah. I have the original Chronicles of Drunagor right here. And this one, I bought all in for this one. And I played about half-words of the campaign. But before I finished that campaign, I went all in on the next set because I thought, this game is so good, I want to keep going. But as I said, I only played about halfway through this campaign, and now I've got all this other stuff. It just takes up so much room. The reality is, a majority of gamers are not going to be able to enjoy all of the content that is available in a campaign. Your eyes are going to want them. You're going to want all the different types of characters, or the other dungeons, or the side stories. ISS Vanguard, there's several other campaigns that you can get other than just the base campaign. But a lot of times, the base campaign is just good enough. And so that is my next recommendation, obviously, is just be aware of content bloat. A lot of the content that is added into these campaigns that are available to you are done so as a way to drive more sales, and the majority of the time, you're not going to get to them. So my final thought, though, is how do you decide on a game? What factors do you look at when you're going to choose a campaign for your next game night? Do you vote amongst your player group? Or do you do a round robin where, for this campaign, it's going to be my play, my game. The next time we're going to play your game? Do you just draw it out of the hat or whatever's most exciting at the time? I would love to know what you guys do specifically. What do I do? Well, I'm a little different because obviously I run a channel here at the Game Brigade Studios. So we have to look at campaign games a little differently. A lot of times it's, for me based on content creation size. Is there anything that I need to get to the table? Or is there anything that specifically is exciting me right now? So it's a lot of it by the gut, Is there something that really, really is pushing me forward? So mine's a little different. So I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. What makes you drive to a campaign game? Let me know in the comment section down below. So that's going to wrap up the discussion here for campaign games. Again, leave me a comment down below. But before we get there, let's talk about our giveaway. So as I talked about at the beginning of this video, we're going to be doing a giveaway for the channel here because as a thank you to our subscribers. So what do I have going on? Well, we are going to be giving away a super deluxe copy of Fractured Sky. This is no entry, no money is required to enter into the giveaway. All you're gonna have to do is leave a comment down below on this video or any of my videos going forward until the giveaway has ended. Fractured Sky will be having a reprint campaign on April 30th, and we'll be giving this away the final week of that campaign. So if you are potentially backing that game, you will know if you'd won this prior to that. To be entered in this game, though, you must be a subscriber of my channel, and you must comment and like the video. I appreciate you guys for that, but there's more to that. I want to be able to give more to my audience. I want to say thank you guys. So, if we reach 9,000 subscribers by the time we are doing the giveaway for Fractured Sky, I am also going to be giving away a copy of Mythic Mischief. Not just Mythic Mischief, though. You're also going to be getting a copy of the Witches expansion, a copy of the Trolls expansion, and a copy of the Ghosts expansion. So these will be given away if we reach 9,000 subscribers by the time we're doing the Fractured Sky. Remember, no entries required, and I will be covering shipping for US-based winners. But there's more. I wanted to say that so bad. If we reach 9,500 subscribers by the end of the campaign for this one, when we're doing the giveaway for that, I'm also going to be giving away a copy of Moonrakers. But not just Moonraker. We'll be doing a copy of the 3 expansions. We have Binding Ties. I've got Nomad. And I've got Overload. So you're going to be getting, 3 people are going to be getting it. One person's going to copy of Fractured Sky, one person's going to copy of our Mythic Mischief, and one person's going to get a copy of Moonrakers. Remember, all you have to do to enter the giveaway is leave a comment on this video. Let's do hashtag Fractured Sky for this one. We'll come up with more interesting ways for entries going forward in my other videos. But remember, you must leave a comment on the video. Every comment will be an entry, and we're going to be doing, remember, we're doing 3 videos until a week until this launches. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. My name is Brian, and I will talk to you very soon.